What's up, people? What is up? It is 11:04. Come on now. Now, I'm just going to be flat out honest with you tonight. Um, so I'm just chilling. Hi, babe. Thanks for hopping on here. So I'm chilling, just watching some TV, decompressing a little bit, thinking about my day, reflecting, thinking, man, I got a lot done today. Feeling pretty good. Feeling good. Like I should. And feeling pretty good. And then it hits me. Oh my gosh, I have to go live. I told the people, it's not even just you. I told myself I'm going to go live for 28 days straight, right? And so I realized like, oh my gosh, I have to go live. And I haven't gone live. And so, of course, I'm like, okay, well, let's set this thing up. Megan's like, I'm out. I'm tired. I'm like, okay, I understand because I totally forgot to. And then, of course, I restart my computer and it's got to do updates. It's been like 20 minutes of waiting for my computer to update. And so finally, we're live. We're here. And it's amazing. And I'm glad that you're here. And day 21 of 28 days live. And this might be the latest one. Like, we made it by just the skin, like right before midnight. It's 11:06. Right before midnight, we made it. So I hope you've had a wonderful day. I know a lot of you are probably going to be watching this afterwards because it is 11 o'clock on a school night, on a work night. And so you'll probably be watching this in the morning. So or tomorrow, if you're watching this in the morning, Wednesday morning, well, good morning. Top of the morning to you, right? Well, hey, I'm going to keep tonight short because I would like to go to bed. Of course, updates always come at the most inopportune times. Yes. What's funny is I didn't even know I was updating. Hey, if you're jumping on, say what's up. It is a late night live, but hey, we're at the table. This is a conversation. I'd love for you to be involved with this. Yeah, so Megan, that's what took me so long to go live. I forgot, number one, and then when I got ready, my computer decided, I always restart my computer before I do it, just kind of reset everything. Well, I had updates that I had to install. And it literally took like 27 minutes to install it. And I was like, perfect timing. Let's see if we make it by midnight. But we're here and it's good. Drinking my passion tea. Oh man, tonight's live is brought to you by Tazo Tea. Tazo Tea. I forgot it doesn't focus on it. It only focuses on my face. Brought to you by Tazo Tea. I am drinking tonight Passion Tazo Tea. I hope this doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it because I need to go to bed. But so tonight, I just wanted to share something that this is a marriage pro tip. And I guess it's pro because I don't know. So I've gotten to know some very awesome people, very smart people. And one of the people that I wouldn't call him a friend. I'd call him more of a mentor. Not that I don't like him, but I'd call him more of a mentor from far, right? So we've had conversations and we know each other, but it's not like we hang out or anything. But he has a company called Giant Worldwide, which is, he takes basically biblical principles that are leadership principles and he makes them so everybody understands, whether Christian, non-Christian, business, wherever you're at. He makes these complex leadership principles super easy and packages them in a way that you can teach them. And so he works with companies and leaders all over the world. Well, today I pulled out one of his concepts called the communication code, because today, many of you know that my wife and I are working on some businesses, and one of them is a coffee concept. And one of the things that I was just praying today, as I was like, okay, God, I'm not going to do this by myself. Like, I need somebody that I can hire, that can I can trust, that can do this thing with me, that gets it, And so I'm praying, and then somebody crosses my mind, and I'm like in full on dream mode, right? And I call my wife, and I'm like, "Hey, what do you think about this person?" And she goes on to tell me it doesn't really matter because you've got to figure this and this and this and this and this out first. And I'm like, wow, okay. It was like just pop the balloon in the air. It's just like, psh. This is what it felt like. Honey, what do you think? That's literally what it felt like. And so what you have to know about my wife and I, and I'm being very vulnerable about my wife and I, because I'm sure many of you either are married to somebody that thinks differently than you, or you work with somebody, or your kids or whatever. And this is not picking on my wife, because I'd be lost without my wife. She is, and this will make sense a little bit here in a second. But anyway, so she pops my balloon. I'm literally praying, asking God. Somebody comes to my mind. I call my wife to see if she has any feeling of discernment about this person, and totally goes over it and just, I don't even know why you're thinking about that. We got to do this, 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 and this, and it's like pop, big boom. And so I'm a little frustrated, but we've been married long enough that I know, like, me reacting is not going to help the situation at all. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm about to pull up to the house. I'll talk to you later. And she calls me and she's like, I messed up your dream, didn't I? And I was like, yeah. And so we talked about it. So listen, here's what I want to help you with, and I want to give you a tool that Jeremy Kubicek, the owner of Giant Worldwide, has created. I'm not going to teach on it. I just want to show it to you because it will help you. You have to understand about yourself that people are wired very differently. I'm a dreamer. I'm a visionary. I could live 30,000 feet above all the time, just dreaming of the next great thing, the next innovative thing, the next strategic thing, the next, here's what's coming. We need to do this and get ready for this and get ready for that, right? So I'm more like a meteorologist. I live like I'm trying to forecast, even though I'm not really sure if that's really going to be the forecast or not. Right? That's kind of how I am. I'm a visionary. I'm a creative. I'm a strategic person. That's the way my brain operates. So I spend a lot of time in dream world, where I know there's a lot of things that have to be done for our businesses, but I'm also thinking ahead because I'm dreaming about things. Well, what if this person helped us? What if this person helped us? Right? So I'm needed. My personality is needed, but my wife, on the other hand, is the one that like lands the plane. See, I can fly 30,000 feet, come up with ideas, dream, be innovative, be creative, be all these things. But my wife's like the one that's like, hey, let's land this plane and let's make sure we don't crash and burn. So that's the first thing, is you've got to understand, especially in a marriage or a relationship, you've got to understand how each other think. And because you will approach something very differently. So I may just dream, whereas my wife may be thinking about, well, she's already thinking about, how much is going to cost? How much is it? We're going to do this, and we need this and this. And she's making a list of all the stuff that we need, right? That's the way she works. And each are absolutely crucial to accomplishing anything. But you'll run into, because of the differences, where a person like my wife will pop the balloon of a dreamer, but at the same time, a dreamer will float off in the balloon and never get anything done, right? So I want to give you this tool. I'm going to show it to you right here. All right, so this is called the communication code, okay? It's called the communication code. And why we call it that is, I say we, like I came up with it. This is just a quick tool that I'm just going to show you that will help you communicate with your spouse. Maybe you lead a team. Maybe you are a leader and you have employees. Maybe you're a manager. Whatever it is being very clear when you're entering communication, what type of communication it is. So this first little thing here is provisional. Provisional means that I'm dreaming. Okay. Like, hey, listen, babe, that's what I should have said today. That's why I pulled this out. I should have said, listen, babe, this is provisional. I'm just dreaming. What do you think of this person? So that way I'm giving my wife the opportunity to say, okay, he's not saying we're going to go hire this person. He's saying, what do you think of this person? And it's me acknowledging there's a million things to do before we go hire this person, right? And so I should have said, this is just provisional. This just means I'm just dreaming. This is an idea. I'm bouncing it off of you. Let's not run with it. Let's not figure out how much it costs. I just want to know how this makes you feel. I'm bouncing my idea off of you. So you can approach a conversation and say, this is provisional. We're brainstorming. All right. And then you have the second one where you can say, it's a plan. This is a planned communication. Okay. And by a plan, it means we're going to start putting some meat on these bones. We're going to start to kind of flesh this thing out a little bit. Or as I said earlier, we're going to start to land the plane a little bit. And so that really provisional is I'm dreaming it. I have this idea. Plan is, all right, what would that look like? Maybe we have 2 or 3 ideas. Let's see what those would look like, right? So that's where somebody could start thinking, well, what would we need? What would it require? It doesn't mean we're full on doing it yet. It just means let's start putting some meat on these bones. Okay. So when you're entering into that conversation, especially for people who are planners and who are organized and administrative, you want to tell them, hey, this is a provisional conversation, or this is a planned conversation. And then the third tier right here is a promise conversation. That means, hey, we've landed the plane. We dreamed in the provisional communication. We've planned where we took 3 ideas and figured out which one would work best. And now there's the promise. This is a promise conversation. We have chosen the one idea and we are going to run with that. This is happening on this date, or this is happening at this time, right? So this is just something that can really help, especially with the different personalities. Like I should have said, honey, I'm dreaming. I know there's a million things to do. I just want to know how you feel about this person. And it's called the communication code. And the reason it's called the communication code is because everybody's strengths interact with each other differently. And it's important that we learn how to communicate without beating each other up, right? Thankfully, my wife and I have been married long enough that I knew getting mad was not going to help. And we've been married long enough that without me saying it, she called and said, I did it again, didn't I? And I'm like, yeah, but it's not always that cordial, especially if you've never really been aware of how you think, or how your spouse or how your teammates or how your employees think. If you've never been aware of that, it often just creates, it's just tension, just button heads all the time. So I hope that helps. You can go to giant.tv if you're interested in learning some more about that. You can go to giant.tv. You can create an account there. And I'm not sure what all is free and stuff, but anyways, that was just a tool that I think is extremely helpful, and I hope it helps you. So 11:18, that was a quick one. This was a good one. So hey, thanks for hanging out with me. It's February 21st. We've got 7 more days of going live every day, and I really hope that this time is one, it's entertaining, but 2, that it brings some value to your life. That's what I really hope. So I hope you can communicate better just from this little thing. Obviously, it goes way deeper, and I'm not trained to take it as deep as it needs to go. But it was just something that came up in my life today, and I thought I would share it. So, hey, appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow me on Facebook for these lives. We're also live on YouTube, but also on my YouTube is where we will be posting the interviews. So we're slowly building it up. We'll start posting YouTube shorts. We'll start posting reels of little snippets of these lives and of interviews. And so thank you guys for being a part of this. I'm really excited about the conversation that we're going to have at the table, and I want you to be a part of it, and I hope it inspires you, and I hope it challenges you. So thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you guys right back here tomorrow. Let's do it. Bye.